Hey, welcome everybody to Super's Corner, a show about Hudson County Schools of Technology, its programs, its teachers, its staff, and of course with our Superintendent Frank Gargiulo. And we have some special guests from the Art Department, Bill Kinnan and Eric Van Zanten, instructors of the Art Department. Frank, tell us, give us a little overview of the arts, studio arts, and why you think it's important to have.
Well, in the world we live in, I mean, it's probably the one most important skill a kid needs is creativity. And I can't think of a better place to find that skill or to develop that skill than an arts bar. And it's a shame that countrywide we're moving more towards what they call a STEM approach, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. Not that it's not important, but without the creativity piece, there's very little hope for the kids in the future. Because the future requires kids to design their own jobs. And the creative piece is so important. And just from an aesthetic point of view, from a growing point of view, the arts are so important to everyday life. So I mean, there's no separation to it. I can't even imagine why people are cutting those budgets, because to me, they should be priorities. They should be the first thing we have, not the last thing.
Paraphrase, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Winston Churchill, they said, during World War II, should we cut all the arts programs and everything, and we need the money? And he says, but if we do that, what are we really fighting for? So, the arts is essential for any civilization, I think.
A great metaphor. Yeah. It really is. So, I mean, to me, it's such an important part. We're right there talking about fine arts, kind of, and the art, but there's arts in a lot of ways in the schools we run. I mean, there's a performing arts program. There's a culinary arts program. I mean, you could bake a cake and be a dull cake, or it could be an exciting cake, kind of, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's in the creativity piece that makes the difference. And what I like about the arts, actually, is, I go to contests where kids get judged, but to me, there's no way to judge a piece of art, because it's in the interpretation of the viewer you're looking at. I mean, the person who produced it had their own criteria. You may see it from a whole different point of view. It's really a wonderful way for us to move through a way of validating people rather than evaluating them. And so, I mean, some of the greatest works of art, and I'm not really big on this, but some of the greatest works of art, I would give them an F if I was, but they sell for $3 or $4 or $5 or $500 million. I mean, so, it's just in the eye of the beholder.
Look at Van Gogh. I mean, you would look at Van Gogh and say, what is that all about? I mean, 8 million colors going 8 different ways.
But it's such an important method of expression, and such an important way of being creative. You know what I mean? So, I mean, most, I think, great scientists have an arts point side to them. They're not separate. They really aren't. We may think they are in education, but they're not.
Okay, Bill, give us a little rundown on your program, a little overview of it, its structure, a little bit what you're going for with the students, and tell us about studio arts.
Okay, we try to expose the students to a wide range of art making. We also set up the program in terms of building blocks. So we have a 4-year kind of strategy, I guess. We start with a freshman, of course, and make clear to them that there are certain elements of art, like line, form, plane, etc., that are used as building blocks. And then principles of design, focusing on that in our 2nd year. This is to give the students resources on which to build. And then for junior and senior years, we focus on portfolio development, which is crucial in terms of helping students prepare for college or for fine art programs on the secondary level. And so with portfolio development, we have a wide range of projects.
And you look forward to some exhibition opportunities for them, right? And show off their work.
Yes. We do a teen arts program every year, and that gives us the opportunity to interact with the teachers and students from other Hudson County high schools.
And both of you are working artists, right?
Yes.
You also artists, you have your own careers going. And,
That's right.
I've seen some of your work, and it's really impressive. I really think so.
I do.
Okay, Eric Van Zanten.
Yes, sir.
Yes, how are you, Eric?
Good, thank
Is there, I mean, the students, they come in as a freshman, do you spot things in them? How do you nourish their creativity? Do you see somebody has a kind of eye for art, or has a propensity, or?
Well, I mean, there's definitely talent
Right.
that you'll spot, but art is like anything else. It's something you have to develop and practice. There's skills, techniques. So freshman year is really kind of that skill. Freshman, sophomore year is that skill building time, where we, like Bill mentioned, and where we focus on techniques of art making, the elements of art, principles of design, and but you do spot talent, but hard work accounts for a lot of it as well.
Yeah, 99% perspiration.
Exactly,
1%.
exactly.
There you go.
We're going to have to stop right here. We're going to see a video about their program and what the students do in the classroom. And when we come back, we'll continue this discussion. So we'll see you after the video.
The students are working on two different projects, actually. Most of them are working on self-portraits that they're painting for the cafeteria, and those are based on an Andy Warhol idea of taking three different colors and basically creating something very pop and vivid out of that. And then the other students are working on little panels that we are going to, they're all painting little panels, we're going to put them all together into a giant mural. And they don't know what they're painting, they're just painting a little tiny piece of something. And then when we put it all together, everybody will see what painting it makes. So it's a fun project.
Hi, my name's Carolyn. Right now I'm just painting a portrait of myself with 3 different colors.
Hello, I'm Jam playing, and this is my head. This is my head, but that's the head that I made. Yeah, so basically we each had like our own like styrofoam head and everything, and we all had to like we basically did whatever we want with it. So what I did was I was thinking of doing something with white and black, and I ended up with this chain on the bottom. Actually, I got it what do you call it? I had a job over summer at a construction warehouse, and I kind of just took the chain because nobody was using it. It was old and rusty, and I was like, that looks really cool.
This is one of the art students, Kenny. He will explain the project he's working on. Kenny?
Are you serious?
Welcome back to Super's Corner with Frank Arjola, our superintendent of schools. I'm John Pluchino, your host, and we've been talking to Bill Kinnan and Eric Van Zanten from the art department, and I hope you enjoyed that video you just saw. And I'd like to continue this discussion on the importance of art. Just throwing this out, whoever wants to. A lot of times art, music, all the creative areas are kind of secondary. It seems even when the president talks about it, they always talk about math and science. We've got to get more math and science teachers. We've got to do this, but they don't talk about getting more art teachers or getting more, music teachers. Let's start with Frank, as we usually do. How can we tell the president music and art is important?
Well, I can explain it to him. I mean, if I had the opportunity, I probably would say to him, did you ever play with crayons?
Yeah.
I don't know a kid that doesn't love playing with crayons when they're little. And because the mind is a natural creative process. It loves that. It loves the colors. It loves all of that stuff. And what happens is we kill that. Like we kill a lot of things. As you grow older, you take less and less art, or you judge that you're not that good at it. And as a result of it, we filter out a lot of kids. I think Eric hit it right in the head earlier when he said that art's a talent and it's developed. And you take it as far as you can take it. There's nobody that can't be an artist. There's nobody. I mean, whether they're good or not is a whole other thing, because it's a personal thing. It's what you're producing. I mean, if you feel good about it, it's what it is. You know what I think, and I would tell the president this, that you have common core standards. And the first common core standard should be the principles of art, incorporated in every classroom, because it is the key to creativity for the 21st century. We shouldn't be doing the opposite.
Do you know
it doesn't make a lot of sense to me when you think about it.
Okay, so a kid at 12 years old, 90% of all the kids, by the time they reach 12 years old, draw as well as they're ever going to draw, because they shut down. They said, art's not important, you know, they still draw the way they did when they were in 6th grade. And that's because what Frank said, the point they made, we shut them down. We say it's not important. We, you know, go on to the left hemisphere skills. And do you have to fight that at all, or do you see that in a way, or do the parents, you know, say, you know, what can I use this for, and what can the kids use this for? You're fighting that sometimes, right?
We are sometimes, but we find that the kids really love to take art. I mean, you know, this is for some of them, for a lot of them, I think their favorite class.
Right.
And a lot of the kids do come to our class, you know, ready to go, very creative. We try to foster that. We try to push that. And some of them maybe are a little insecure. I've had kids come and say, I don't know how to draw. And I'm like, well, you know, take an art class and we'll find that in you. You know, we'll help you find that. And as Eric was saying, developing the skills is important as well. I mean, one of the things that colleges look for is a certain skill level. And what I tell the kids, if they're a little nervous about, well, you know, I'm going to lose my identity if I develop my skills too much, that's not true at all. And I tell them, you know, your identity is always going to be there. And it's going to grow as you grow as a person and in life. And the skills that we help impart will help you strengthen that artistic identity.
I'm going to have to stop you right here. Eric, we didn't get to talk to you too much, but we've got to go on. We'll be back after this break, and we have another program to highlight. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
Right,
Thank
bye-bye.
you.